Hi, this is Modern Renaissance Man. Sorry for the long wait. I was doing some research on this topic that many of my followers are asking for me, and that I am not sure of this topic. Due to the nature of this, I don't believe that there's any existence of white privilege in this world. It took some time, but I think I discovered something. But let's dig into this topic. In my personal opinion, where is the white privilege? Where do it exist? If there was, where is it? Come on, prove to me that it do exist. Now, what I do see is people that are predominantly white, that are very smart, talented, and that study and work hard for their position. Now, if by any chance they use their position to better mankind, I applaud their innovation and ingenuity and their vision to use their position not only for themselves, but to help others. What is white privilege? I think that white privilege does not exist. I believe that white privilege is a word that people made up for their lack of meeting the requirements of any school or any job out there in the real world. White privilege? What does it mean? It means nothing. Now, if we analyze the contribution of white people, especially men, we can see that we need more white privilege people, because the inventions and research that were made by this men. We can name a few of these people that contributed for the betterment of the human race. For example, Nikola Tesla was a Serbian-American engineer, futurist, and inventor. He is known for his contributions to the design of the modern alternating current electricity supply system, also known as a C current. He has these quotes that mentions this to many people. "I don't regret that others stole my ideas. I am sorry they don't have their own on inventions and patents. A man is born to work, to suffer, and to fight. He who doesn't, must perish. I strongly believe in the rule of compensation. True awards are always in proportion with work and sacrifices. Peace in the world can only come as a natural consequence of universal illumination." These are many of his quotes that mention how can we be better. And yes, he is one of my favorite inventors. He was better than Edison. Edison exploited his workers. One of these, Henry Ford. He was an American industrialist and businessman. As the founder of the Ford Motor Company, he is credited as a pioneer in making automobiles affordable for middle-class Americans through the system that came to be known as Fordism. In 1911, he was awarded a patent for the transmission mechanism that would be used in the Ford Model T and other automobiles. Ford was born in a farmhouse in Springwells Township, Michigan, and left home at the age of 16 to find work in Detroit. It was a few years before this time that Ford first experienced automobiles, and throughout the latter half of the 1880s, he began repairing and later constructing engines, and through the 1890s worked with the division of Edison Electric. He founded the Ford Motor Company in 1903. Henry Ford's famous quote are, "Don't find fault, find a remedy. Anyone can complain. When everything seems to be going against you, remember that the airplane takes off against the wind, not with it. Failure is simply the opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently." We can argue his issues of being a good father due to how he threatened his son. Edsel Ford, in my opinion, is that he was a bad father to his son. Louis Pasteur, he was a French chemist, pharmacist, and microbiologist renowned for his discoveries of the principles of vaccination, microbial fermentation, and pasteurization, the last of which was named after him. His research in chemistry led to remarkable breakthroughs in the understanding of the causes and preventions of diseases, which laid down the foundations of hygiene, public health, and much of modern medicine. Pasteur's works are credited with saving millions of lives through the developments of vaccines for rabies and anthrax. He is regarded as one of the founders of modern bacteriology, and has been honored as the father of bacteriology and the father of microbiology, together with Robert Koch, the latter epithet also attributed to Antony van Leeuwenhoek. Pasteur was responsible for disproving the doctrine of spontaneous generation. Under the auspices of the French Academy of Sciences, his experiment demonstrated that in sterilized and sealed flasks, nothing ever developed. Conversely, in sterilized but open flasks, microorganisms could grow. For this experiment, the Academy awarded him the Humbert Prize, carrying 2,500 francs in 1862. Pasteur is also regarded as one of the fathers of germ theory of diseases, which was a minor medical concept at the time. His many experiments showed that diseases could be prevented by killing or stopping germs, thereby directly supporting the germ theory and its application in clinical medicine. He is best known to the general public for his invention of the technique of treating milk and wine to stop bacterial contamination, a process now called pasteurization. Louis Pasteur, famous quote is, "Fortune favors the prepared mind. Science knows no country, because knowledge belongs to humanity, and is the torch which illuminates the world. Science is the highest personification of the nation, because that nation will remain the first which carries the furthest the works of thought and intelligence. Let me tell you the secret that has led me to my goal. My strength lies solely in my tenacity." Albert Einstein. He was a German-born theoretical physicist who is widely held as one of the most influential scientists. Best known for developing the theory of relativity, Einstein also made important contributions to quantum mechanics. His mass-energy equivalence formula equals mc squared, which arises from special relativity, has been called the world's most famous equation. He received the 1921 Nobel Prize in Physics for his services to theoretical physics, and especially for his discovery of the law of the photoelectric effect, a pivotal step in the development of quantum theory. At the age of 17, he enrolled in the Mathematics and Physics Teaching Diploma program at the Swiss Federal Polytechnic School in Zurich. Einstein's work is also known for its influence on the philosophy of science. In 1905, he published 4 groundbreaking papers, sometimes described as his Annus Mirabilis, miracle year. These papers outlined a theory of the photoelectric effect, explained Brownian motion, introduced his special theory of relativity, a theory which addressed the inability of classical mechanics to account satisfactorily for the behavior of the electromagnetic field, and demonstrated that if the special theory is correct, mass and energy are equivalent to each other. In 1915, he proposed a general theory of relativity that extended his system of mechanics to incorporate gravitation. A cosmological paper that he published the following year laid out the implications of general relativity for the modeling of the structure and evolution of the universe as a whole. Albert Einstein's famous quote is, "Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow." The important thing is not to stop questioning. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Logic will get you from A to B. Imagination will take you everywhere. Only 2 things are infinite: the universe and human stupidity, and I'm not sure about the former. I think I am rambling along, so I am going to go ahead and mention small things of the persons in this video. Alexander Fleming. He was a Scottish physician and microbiologist, best known for discovering the world's first broadly effective antibiotic substance, which he named penicillin. His discovery in 1928 of what was later named benzylpenicillin or penicillin G from the mold Penicillium rubens has been described as the single greatest victory ever achieved over disease. Those who have STDs and VD must thank him for his discovery. Niels Bohr. He was a Danish physicist who made foundational contributions to understanding atomic structure and quantum theory. Bohr was also a philosopher and a promoter of scientific research. Dmitry Mendeleev. He was a Russian chemist, known for having discovered the underlying pattern and publishing in 1869 the first version of the periodic table, now known as the periodic table of the elements. Alessandro Volta. He was an Italian physicist and chemist who was a pioneer of electricity and power, and he is credited as the inventor of the electric battery and the discoverer of methane. He invented the voltaic pile in 1799 and reported the results of his experiments in a 2-part letter to the president of the Royal Society, which was published. With this invention, Volta proved that electricity could be generated chemically and debunked the prevalent theory that electricity was generated solely by living beings. Volta's invention sparked a great amount of scientific excitement and led others to conduct similar experiments, which eventually led to the development of the field of electrochemistry. Bill Gates. He is an American businessman best known for co-founding the software company Microsoft with his childhood friend, Paul Allen. During his career at Microsoft, Gates held the positions of Chairman, Chief Executive Officer CEO, President, and Chief Software Architect, while also being its largest individual shareholder until May 2014. He was a pioneer of the microcomputer revolution of the 1970s and 1980s. Steve Jobs. He was an American businessman, inventor, and investor best known for co-founding the technology company Apple Inc. Jobs was also the founder of Next and chairman and majority shareholder of Pixar. He was a pioneer of the personal computer revolution of the 1970s and 1980 along with his early business partner and fellow Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak. Mark Zuckerberg. He is an American businessman. He co-founded the social media service Facebook and its parent company Meta Platforms, formerly Facebook, Inc., of which he is chairman, chief executive officer, and controlling shareholder. Chad Hurley. He is an American webmaster and businessman who serves as the advisor and former chief executive officer CEO of YouTube. He also co-founded Mixbit, a since-closed video sharing service. In October 2006, he and Steve Chen sold YouTube for $1.65 billion to Google. Hurley was primarily responsible for the tagging and video sharing aspects of YouTube. Jack Dorsey. He is an American internet entrepreneur, philanthropist, and programmer who is a co-founder and former CEO of Twitter, Inc. from 2015 till 2021, as well as co-founder, principal executive officer and chairman of Block, Inc., which is the developer of the Square financial services platform. Martin Cooper. He is an American engineer. He is a pioneer in the wireless communications industry. On April 3, 1973, he placed the first public call from a handheld portable cell phone while working at Motorola. Cooper reprised the first handheld cellular mobile phone distinct from the car phone in 1973 and led the team that redeveloped it and brought it to market in 1983. He is considered the father of the handheld cell phone. Tim Stokely. He is a British businessman and the founder and former CEO of the internet site OnlyFans. He has been described by the Sunday Times as the king of homemade adult content. These last two are just because I think their contributions are very important. Due to we use their inventions and research without knowing that they are the ones that paved the way for our modern technology usage. Guillermo González Camarena. He was a Mexican electrical engineer who was the inventor of a color wheel type to transmit color to television and invented the color television. Luis Ernesto Miramontes Cirenas. He is a Mexican chemical engineer. His collaboration in obtaining the contraceptive pill is considered one of the most important inventions of the last 2,000 years, and the main Mexican contribution to world science in the 20th century. Now, can someone prove me wrong on the comments, but I know that not even one feminist will have anything to say, because the pure logic of my argument is without question. The majority of the inventors, researchers, and scientists are white men and privilege. So next time you pull up your cell phone, watch your computer or laptop, and do your social networks, even your OF. And the interesting thing is that many of the people on this video did not finish college. In fact, there are college dropouts. So give thanks to them for the comfortable lives that you live because of these men. Men cannot create life, but we can create a civilization that feminist ideology cannot destroy. Men can do the work that women can't do. We can do the dirty work, but women will run the other way when given the chance of working the hard jobs. I can go on and on of these people that changed the world due to their white privilege. But to be corrected, some of these people are not white privilege. They had to struggle a lot in their lives and study a lot. We must not take away their hard work and the sacrifice that they made. They changed the world and made an impact, and up to today, they are remembered for their accomplishments. I am not taking away the accomplishments of other men and women and of other race and religion beliefs, but the most predominant is white people. The issue is that anyone can accomplish great things, but there are a small percentage that are capable of these accomplishments. So instead of punching someone down because of his skin is white, ask yourself if he does not come from a poor family or a blue-collar family, or even from a single mother. Many people don't ask these questions of these people that they work hard and study hard for their position. I will be posting more videos soon of the interesting world of modern music, so stay tuned. Until next time, my friends, this is Modern Renaissance Man. Take care. Be safe.